All right, so without further ado, I have my 3 invoices right here on exactly how much it's cost me to maintain this vehicle over the last 10 months. Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Rocky Mountain Sav. As you can see, my X5M is completely loaded to the brim with ice fishing gear. That's right, I'll drop some clips of it for proof for you guys. We took this beast out to Evergreen Lake and, we went out there and had a ton of fun. Now, unfortunately, that is not what today's video is about. It is more so going to be going over my experience and my budget for the maintenance that has ensued after I purchased this 2015 BMW X5M in March of 2023. Coming up on almost 1 year of ownership, I thought it would be really fun to show you guys kind of what I've had to do in terms of expenses to keep this beast maintained. And I thought in the middle of it, we could drive around and have a little bit of fun. Let's do it. Basically, when I purchased this vehicle in March of 2023, I understood that there was going to be some maintenance that went along with the purchase. Of course, when I did purchase it, it had 39,000 miles on it. And for some of you, that's kind of when these BMWs start to get a little bit more expensive to maintain. I've put 10,000 miles on this BMW since I've owned it. Have I had any major issues? No. I've pretty much just experienced the regular maintenance of regular wear and tear items. So if any of you guys are curious, I honestly was a little bit nervous buying this vehicle. Who wouldn't be? This had an original MSRP of over $100,000. It's honestly been a fantastic vehicle. At the end of the day, I knew that the maintenance was going to ensue in the way that it was. But honestly, I was a little bit shocked at the price point in which it happened.
How you doing?
Really good, just taking some selfies.
Okay. Do you work here or?
No, just filming videos, man.
All right. Unfortunately, this is private property.
Heck yeah. All right, man.
Do you know when you'll be done or?
10 minutes.
All right. Is there anything, is this pertaining to anything in particular or is this just an opportunity?
Just filming, having fun on a Sunday, man.
All right. All right, appreciate it.
Yeah.
If you guys can wrap it up whenever, 10 minutes or so.
Swing by in 9 minutes, I'll be gone.
All right, I appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
Yep.
Get off my lawn.
Now, keep in mind, with the mile average that I'm doing over the next couple of years, I honestly don't anticipate having to do the front and rear brakes. So honestly, something that just kind of had to happen at the time that I took ownership of the vehicle. First and foremost, just sit down. This is probably gonna shock some of you. Honestly, it shocked me a little bit, but at the end of the day, this is what makes me happy. This is what drives me to do more with myself. So, first and foremost, I have a pre-purchase inspection performed by Paddock Imports. And by the way, Paddock Imports is the only place that I let touch this vehicle when it comes to my maintenance. $183 is, I believe, what that reads. They were able to basically look this entire thing over. They actually threw a couple of freebies in for that price. I think I was missing a TPMS sensor on one of the wheels. They went ahead and added that. At no additional cost. So pretty awesome. I freaking love Paddock Imports. When they called me after they did this pre-purchase inspection, they told me, Jacob, where did you find this vehicle? And my gut feeling was that something was majorly wrong with it, and they were gonna tell me not to purchase it. But it was quite the opposite. They actually said, for whatever price you're getting this for, it's going to be a great deal because it's in great shape. Whoever maintained it before me did an absolutely phenomenal job. It's just that with the kinds of pads and rotors that exist on this vehicle, and we'll cut back to the shot of how big that front rotor is. At the time that I took ownership, it was just kind of the next thing in line that had to happen. Now, without further ado, drum roll please. Everybody get comfortable. Everybody get comfortable. This is gonna make some of you uncomfortable. So on 6/19, 3 months after I took ownership of the vehicle, I had to do an oil change, and then Paddock Imports called me and said that I also had to do the front pads and rotors. Woo! Get ready. That fucking plane. $2,226 later, I was able to get the front pads and rotors along with an oil change. Check that out, folks. That is no joke. That is literally $2,000 just for the front pads and rotors. Now, if you guys are curious, of the labor portion, they only charged me $244 to install the new pads and rotors. Most of that cost, believe it or not, were the rotors. $533 for each rotor. The left, $533, the right, $533, and then the pads themselves, a combo for the front, $473. Okay, just one more because we're actually on a time limit. A very nice gentleman that I'm sure you guys just saw previously in the video. He gave us 10 minutes without kicking us out, so thank you if you ever come across that guy. All right, for the rear. When I did the front brakes, it was June, and when I had to do the rear brakes, it was 11/28/23. So pretty much almost 6 months later, almost like 9 or so months into ownership of the vehicle. So this time, the total is a little bit skewed. I'll be getting into the, nitty-gritty of this secondary invoice in a separate video. Essentially what happened is I was telling you guys in prior videos that the rear air suspension, let's come around and look at that real quick. So a fascinating thing about this vehicle is that it's actually got regular shocks and coilovers in the front. In the back here, they actually do an airbag system that keeps this level, which is pretty freaking crazy to think about, just having airbags on the rear of this vehicle. But I was explaining to you guys in prior videos that my X5M was broken. One of the other maintenance issues that had to come up is, funny enough, these vehicles' air suspension tend to fail between 40 and 50,000 miles. Now, luckily, I'm not gonna get too much into it, but my $300 deductible for the CarMax warranty applied in this invoice because CarMax actually bought me some new airbags, and I'll be detailing that exact process in the future. All right, real quick, let's just get into it. This final invoice in November, again, including my $300 deductible for what I had to pay to fix the airbags, woo, $2,169.57. Pretty freaking crazy. So basically subtract $300 off of that. I mean, you're still at around $1,900 or so, maybe a little bit less, like $1,850 or so. But still, inclusive of that $1,850, I had brand new pads and rotors put on the rear along with an oil change. If you guys are curious, as far as the oil is concerned, we go with the Liqui-Moly 5W40, and there is 10 quarts that this beast takes. 10 quarts of the best of the best. I actually think this is a slightly thicker viscosity oil. I'm actually not sure what the factory oil was used in this or what BMW goes with, but to my understanding, especially after you tune these vehicles, which mine is not as of yet, they basically just said that these vehicles love the Liqui-Moly product, especially the 5W40. So yeah, I mean, all in all, freaking crazy to think about that. I mean, over $4,000, maybe close to $5,000. In 1 year of ownership, I've spent maintaining this vehicle. If you had to ask me again, would I purchase this vehicle again knowing that $5,000 of maintenance was to come, along with some warranty work? I would still do it again. It's a fucking amazing vehicle, and every day that I own it, every time that I try and tell myself, oh, it's not worth it, Jacob, it's really not that good, I promise you, it's that good. It is damn good. As far as a Colorado daily, it is the best vehicle I could imagine owning in this state. I mean, maybe a Urus would be better, but for that price, I mean, I just wouldn't get a Urus for that price point. I would probably just do an Audi RS Q8. Yeah. I mean, 100K cheaper and you got the same motor. If I was going up to that Urus price point, I might as well just get a Huracan. All right, guys, let's get out of here. I literally can't explain to you guys just how happy this vehicle makes me. The idea of having almost a 600 horsepower SUV from the factory that has all-wheel drive and winter application with the right tires on, it's too much fun. Yes, the maintenance has been pretty excessive, to say the least, but the coolest thing is that I have a full-blown warranty on this vehicle that, again, I'm gonna detail in the next video, you know, how that's kind of functioned and how hard it was to get some coverage. Again, I have to reiterate, because this maintenance isn't like annual maintenance. I literally had to do a full-blown brake job on this beast. And yeah, it wasn't cheap. It's over 5,000 pounds, and this thing is getting launched constantly, and it's gotta stop somehow. So I'm super happy to have been able to own this vehicle, pay for the brake job, and have experts in the Euro division like Paddock Imports take care of my baby. It's been an absolute joy to own this vehicle. And honestly, I'm hoping that nothing serious happens to it over the next couple of years. Although it is covered by CarMax, you know, it would be kind of a little bit scary to see if they're gonna cover like a blown motor or something like that. But I mean, honestly, from the sounds of it and how my last job went, I think it's gonna be fine if that ever happens. I mean, she's got quad exhaust on the rear. I mean, slotted rotors on the front and the back. And I am actually going to be taking the vehicle over to Sterling's Customs to get a tint. I know that I've been kind of fishbowling on the front. I might actually do the windshield as well, because I just kind of want to black it out all the way around. But yeah, I mean, apart from that, over the next couple of years, it really just should be oil changes. I think my brake fluid is set to due here in the next like 6 months or so, so I'll definitely detail how much that was. And then I'm honestly not sure if the transmission needs service anytime soon. I'll have to talk to Paddock and see the specifics about that. But I mean, yeah, in the first year of ownership, it's cost me a little less than $5,000 to maintain this thing, oil changes and brakes all together. I mean, it's literally been a blast to own, an absolute joy to drive this thing around, especially ever since I put the snow tires on. I've been doing launch control in the snow, it seems, from literally every stoplight, and it honestly might not make other people the happiest, but hey, when in Rome, when in Germany, actually, when in Germany. And then just so you guys get a look at how big those rotors are, I mean, literally, on the Silverado that I drove, on the Mustang that I owned, pretty much any other vehicle, I have not seen front rotors that are slotted, much less literally like, I mean, gosh, they're probably 4.5, 5 inches on one side for the thickness. It's pretty insane to see that. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. That's, you know, been the culmination of the maintenance that I've had to endure. Don't buy Euros. They say, you know, the Euros are too expensive to maintain, but honestly, this has been just fine. I mean, $5,000 might be a little bit much for some people. It's honestly a lot of money for me, but at the end of the day, it's just what it costs to play the game. I mean, you can't buy one of these cars and not anticipate that the maintenance is going to just, you know, not break your wallet a little bit. Yeah, an absolute joy to own. I actually think we're getting the second security guard of the day that's about to tell us to leave. Little do they know that I've actually filmed most of this video, and they're pretty much just gonna be a really, really cool part of it for you guys to see kind of what we go through to film these. All right, guys, so he's coming up now. You can probably see him over my back. But yeah, this is kind of what it takes to do this kind of thing. Is it the same guy? It's the same guy.
Yeah.
You do all these lots, huh?
These buildings.
Gotcha.
This one in particular.
Okay.
Are you guys all done?
Yeah, we're literally done now. I got what I needed at the other place, and I got what I needed here, so.
All right. Because if I see you again, I have to officially trespass you and call the cops.
You hear me? I said get off my lawn now.
Heck yeah.
Unfortunately, this is the one building you probably shouldn't be.
Heck yeah.
Around.
What is it?
It's a secure aerospace facility.
Oh, crap.
But as long as I don't see you guys again, I'm not worried about it.
Heck yeah, man. We're totally out of here. I appreciate you being so cool.
Yeah, no worries.
Have a good one, man. All right, what are the odds of that, guys? The same security guard that was really cool to us at the last location, he actually looks over all of these buildings in its entirety. He just let us know that this is a secure aerospace facility. I'm not sure exactly what goes on here, but he said that it's definitely not the building to be hanging out. So with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope the maintenance cost didn't shock you to your boots. At the end of the day, this is a great vehicle, and I highly encourage you to not be afraid of these Euros, especially if you can get a warranty on them. It totally is a great thing. Honestly, it's been a freaking awesome vehicle.